Intrepid, the studio behind the massive upcoming MMORPG Ashes of Creation, have been hinting subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, that something huge is coming in December. It looks like they want to cap off 2022, a year that has been crazy for them already, with an explosive bang. This year really has been insane for Intrepid, showing off combat updates for both melee and ranged, a sneak peek of the Ranger class, the absolutely bonkers weather and season systems, the most detailed character creator we've ever seen, and a whole lot more. How could they possibly top all of that? Well, I've got a few ideas, but before I get into them, I haven't asked you guys to subscribe to the channel in a long time. And really, a ridiculous percentage of the people who actually watch my channel are not subscribed. So please, if you haven't subbed yet, hit the button today. So let's get into the video. Intrepid did a similar thing last year, basically making an announcement that there's gonna be an announcement. And I made a video very similar to this one, speculating on what that announcement could be. One of my guesses in that video was that they were going to switch to Unreal 5, but I rated it as the least likely thing to happen because, well, I'm a stupid human and I'm just guessing at this stuff just like you guys. But we all know that's exactly what happened, so I was both right and wrong. So let's see if I can do that again. Here are the most likely things that could be coming in December. So the first and most obvious thing is a launch date for Alpha 2. For anyone new to Ashes who might be watching, Alpha 2 is an upcoming test phase that has been described by Intrepid as being continuous until launch, meaning we will have access to the game with, obvious downtimes for maintenance and such, all the way until launch. It's the phase most of the Ashes community has been waiting on for obvious reasons, and it's also obvious that it's going to be here sooner rather than later. But Intrepid has been extremely tight-lipped about it so far, with pretty much the only hinting we've gotten at all being Steven telling us that we'll know when Alpha 2 is getting close when they start open spot testing with the Alpha 1 testers. We've already established that this year has been crazy for Intrepid with announcements, showing off things and all that, so this really would be the ultimate cap to the year. Announcing an Alpha 2 launch date sometime in Q1 or early Q2 of 2023 would send Ashes hype into the stratosphere. However, I'm not sold that they are quite that close just yet, so I'm giving this only a 10% chance. Another possibility is them giving us a crafting update to go along with our gathering update. We haven't seen or heard almost anything new about crafting or how crafting has evolved since Alpha 1. In the recent AMA, Steven described an additional gameplay layer for crafting, like a minigame that determined crafting success. Perhaps they could show that off. But all this hype and ramping towards something crazy and then what we get is crafting? I don't think so. I'm leaving this open to a solid 2% chance of it happening, but I don't think this is going to be it. One thing they could do that would make a huge impact and keep the hype wave going for a few more months would be sneak peeks of multiple new archetypes. If they showed us Fighter, Mage, and Rogue in that final live stream of the year, I think for sure the excitement level of the community would spike up and carry to the January live stream where maybe they could have another similar big announcement. The chances of this one hinge entirely on the people who say Intrepid is way further along than we think being right. And I tend to think they are right, so I'm giving it a 15% chance. One thing that the community would lose their minds over would be the release of the Nodes 3 video. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's no way that's happening. It's been way too long. The moment has passed. We're never going to see that video. Well, I've actually done the statistical factoring and the data analysis, and I actually think there's a higher chance of it happening than you might think. With my numbers, I have arrived at a negative 17% chance of this happening, way higher than I originally thought, so it could happen. But the thing that I think is the most likely ties all the way back to the first thing on our list. With Alpha 2 being very obviously close, and Steven straight up saying that you'd know it was near when they start open spot testing, I'm wagering that they are going to announce the spot testing dates for Alpha 1 backers. We already know that they are doing private, invite-only spot testing that is covered by an NDA and is all very hush-hush. We can't see it and no one can talk about it. Assuming that testing is going well, and Intrepid thinks that what they have now is ready to be shown, we can see Steven end off our year announcing that on X date, we're going to bring the servers up for all of our Alpha 1 backers to test the game, and that they'll be able to stream it, make recordings and videos, the footage and all that. That way, he could effectively announce Alpha 2 is soon without having to give any dates that he feels he has to stick to. People would know that sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to get to play Ashes of Creation or watch someone else play Ashes of Creation. New videos and information will be getting pumped out, and the hype wave could easily last another few months if that's what they need to get the game ready for a true Alpha 2 test. I'm giving this a 50% chance of being correct. And yes, I know my percentages don't add up to 100%. It's my damn channel. I can do whatever I want. So that's how I think Intrepid will send off 2022. But who cares what I think? I want to know what you think. Did I get it right? Are you thoroughly impressed with my math skills? Tell me how right I am and why I'm so right in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.